Welcome, friends, to our Tuesday's practice titled Yoga Moving Forward. So for the month of August, we're going to be integrating alignment from the ground up. So think about your feet and your ankles, and also our connection to the earth or the earth element. So very briefly, the traditional Chinese medicine earth element is related to the spleen and the stomach. So although those are two organs of the digestion, the earth element is related to the whole of digestion. So think of it as Mother Earth, where it cares about the whole. It likes to nourish and it likes to nurture, right? So those whole things where we nourish ourselves emotionally, spiritually, physically, and we nurture ourselves. So for this whole month of August, I'd like to create the ritual of connecting to the earth. So we'll start every class with a very brief Savasana and then something to invigorate our digestive system with Apanasana. So welcome, friends. I'll meet you on the mat. So come straight down onto the mat and then check in. Maybe Shavasana is available to you, or maybe you prefer to have your knees bent. So I have nicknamed this class All Four Corners. Okay, so just allow yourself to find comfort. And then eyes opened or closed, whatever makes sense for you in this moment. Just take a whole breath into your body. And then turn your attention to the back line of your body. All right, so the areas where our body is connected to the earth. All right, start at the back of the head and sense the back of the head on the earth. Just take a breath there. All right, notice the natural curve of your cervical spine at the back of the neck. Sense your rib cage on the earth. And then sense gravity as the weight of the pelvis on the earth. Draw your attention to the back of your legs. And then any portion of your arms that are connected to the mat. Let's take a few easy breathing patterns here. And just allowing everything to settle. Right, our sense of the ground. Okay, now let's draw the feet in so that the feet set on the earth. And I'm calling the four corners today in the body, the shoulders and the feet. All right, so just sense your feet. Take a breath towards your feet. And then sense your shoulders. Take a breath towards your shoulders. Okay, so now let's move the four corners in towards each other. So draw the knees into the chest, maybe wrap your hands around your knees. And this is the first posture for healthy digestion, Apanasana. So maybe pull the knees in towards your chest or maybe out towards your armpits. Find something that's comfortable in your body. Okay, now we're going to turn the attention to the feet. Pull the toes back towards your head. As you activate the feet, it runs the kinetic chain to your core. So notice how that supple energy runs from the position of your feet to the pelvic floor to those lower abdominal muscles. Okay, let's create a little bit of mobility in the feet. Just point the toes and flex the feet. You just move it around a little bit. Right, so that firm foundation starts at the feet. Maybe do little ankle circles. Okay, lower the feet to the earth. Slide the right foot out, hands comfortably by your side. And now let's breathe into the spaciousness of the belly. So when you're ready to inhale, arch your back. So feel the abdomen stretch. And a slow, easy exhale, flatten your lower back out. Right, so putting some energy or some attention into that major digestion area. Inhale, little back arch. Just feel the wave of your breath as you flatten your back. Okay, release that body position, pull that heel back in, drop into the other side. All right, so be interested on how your body organizes the whole, right? Just notice as you inhale and arch, and you exhale and flatten. Right, maybe you notice how the head moves with the body position of the pelvis. And then let's release that movement, slide the foot back in. Just let everything settle here. Just take a natural pause, just one easy breath. And then let's turn our attention to the two corners at the upper body, so your shoulders. So let's create a little bit of mobility and space at the upper corners. Begin lifting the right shoulder off of the mat. So begin lifting and then reaching the right arm toward where the ceiling and the wall meet. All right, so it'll roll your body. Just let it happen, no forcing. And then release the shoulder down to the earth, and then let your hand relax down. Okay, let's come through a couple of those movements. Reach and roll, just notice, and relax it down. 2 more. You might start to notice that the abdominals are already starting to engage as you do that little bit of rotation. You might notice your oblique muscles engaging and pressing down on that right side of the body. Okay, release the movement. Just take a breath here. Notice the energy of your body. And then let's begin the other side, lifting the left shoulder. If you don't like the reach, just simply lift the shoulder. And then pay attention. Just be curious how the whole body is organizing it. As I relax into this movement a little bit more, I notice that my head rolls a little bit more and that my eyes start to pay attention to what's around me. Okay, release the movement. Just take a breath into your body. Feel yourself breathe. Okay, notice those upper 2 corners. Maybe the shoulders have a little less tension. And now let's turn our attention to the bottom corners. Place the hands underneath the navel. Begin flattening your low back into the mat lightly, so not overdoing, just tilt the pelvis a little bit. Okay, and as you find that position, notice how the abdominals lightly engage. Okay, just let your breathing pattern be natural as we begin pressing the low back into the mat and lifting the right foot up barely an inch. Okay, so feel all that deep core connection when you're barely lifting your foot off of the mat. Okay, lower down and soften. Give the muscles time to release. You might notice it goes all the way to the upper body. Okay, now let's add a deep breathing pattern. Inhale to your hands. Right, so full belly. And then when you're ready to exhale, empty the breath, empty the belly, go all the way to the end, flatten the back, and then lift the foot, right foot, 1 inch. Okay, lower at your own pace. Soften. Notice. And take 2 more rounds of that. So be interested in your body, what's happening in your body. So that earth element is related to your muscles, your tissues. And once you've completed, let's drop right into the other side. Just feel yourself take a full breath in. Ground the lower back into the earth. Feel those deep abdominal muscles engage, and then lift the left foot. And then drop into your own rhythm and complete about 4 or 5 rounds of that. Just be curious. Right, so that nurturing quality of the earth likes to extend to others first. Right? But there's this whole process where we must fill our own resource, earth as resource, so that we're able to give it away. Right? So feel the strength of your own body. And then once you've completed, send the heels all the way out. So find this mini Shavasana for 2 breaths. Open awareness. Okay, cultivating that witness. Pull the heels back in towards your body. Bottoms of the feet stand on the earth. And now let's add on. Slide the right hand behind your head. Okay, so now we're going to start to add that curl up to that foot lift. And if the shoulder doesn't feel comfortable here, that's okay. You can just simply put the arm down by your side. Okay, it starts with a back arch. So inhale, open up through the belly. Nice, slow, easy exhale. Ground down the lower back. Lift the foot up and then draw your elbow towards the knee. Okay, so here's the curl up. Soft inhale, let it be full, lower it all down. And repeat that 3 more times. Now, I notice my hip doesn't want to release the tension. Right, so stay curious, be interested in what's happening in your body so that you can adapt and adjust to release the tension. Okay, release that leg all the way out to the bottom of the mat. Let the arm come down by your side. Take a full inhale here. As you exhale, have the sense of the whole body emptying out. One more like that. It's that nourishing breath, prana, energy. And then empty it all out. Okay, return the foot back to stand. Left arm behind the head. Okay, so let's do this, call this a marching curl. Let's have about a half a dozen rounds. At your own pace, breathe and move. Making those deep core connections. And so each time you're lifting up and curling up, you're compressing your left side body. All right, so the left side body, indigestion is that descending side of the colon. All right, so allowing the body to process and release as you use this left side of the body. Okay, and then when you're done moving, release your hand behind your head, send both heels out. Okay, so drop into the sensation of between the four corners, right? 2 breaths, noticing the space between your shoulders and your feet. Okay, so here's the last of it. Pull your knees into your chest for Apanasana. And then notice, as we've been on the earth for a little while, sometimes the body starts to feel a little bit heavy. So let's have a little bit of movement through Apanasana. Pull your right knee in towards your chest and send your left knee away from your body. Just notice how the body weight rocks a little bit. And then switch. All right, so let the movement be smooth and easy. This is a nice way to care for your lower back. And if you'd like to add a little bit of core to it, pull your toes back towards your head, and then notice how that changes the sensation deep in the belly. Okay, once you feel like the energy is moving, let's come to a seat. So check in with your posture right away. I'm going to sit on a blanket to help lift through my spine. Okay, so find comfortable legs, whatever that is for you. And then let your weight settle towards the ground, right? So feel the pelvis anchoring down, and then feel your rib cage moving away from the pelvis. So let's check in with the posture. Place the back of the left hand to the forehead and press your head back. Okay, so I notice I have a little bit of a forward head because my head moved backwards. Okay, so sense your ears over your shoulders. And now let's have a little bit of a moving side bend. Drop that elbow down towards the hip and then lift the elbow up. So it's a little accordion movement. Right, paying attention to the side waists. Okay, so we want mobility through the torso so that energy moves freely through our body. Okay, release the movement, release your hands, sit tall for a moment, take a breath in, and now twist over to the right. Okay, tune in with your legs. Make any adjustments with your legs so you're more comfortable here. Okay, let's release out of the twist. Sense your tall posture. And then let's check in with the other hand, right? So right hand, back of hand, press. And notice you may move back just a little bit less, starting to create a little proprioception of tall posture. Okay, let's have that little side bending movement. Drop your elbow down in a relaxed way. And then lift your elbow up so it's arcing. Okay, notice if you're breathing. Right, sometimes when I get curious, I stop breathing. Right, so slow, easy breathing. Okay, release your hand, come back to that, sensing the tall posture, and then let's twist over to the left. And have the sense that you're rising up from the bottom up. Breathe. And take one more round, paying particular attention to your exhale, where you're drawing the navel up and in. Just feel all that compression through the abdomen. And then release the twist. And then let's move to standing. Okay, once you arrive in standing, take a look at your toes. Okay, so those four corners are, pick up all of your toes. Okay, and as you pick up all of your toes, you can sense the big toe mound, that inner edge, the toe mound that's underneath the pinky toe, and the inner and outer edge of the heels. So those are the four corners of the feet. Okay, now place your toes down as you're spreading the toes down. Okay, and then press the big toe into the earth. Okay, so feel that tall place. Take a breath in here. And now we're going to begin moving the energy around. So step wide into a centering stance. Sometimes they call this horse stance or goddess pose, but it's a very buoyant place to be. So it's not being pulled down towards the earth. It's literally finding your center. So have a little bouncing until you can find your comfortable center. Okay, and then here's an arm pattern that we're going to visit. I think this comes from Bernie Clark, the Yin yoga teacher. All right, so when you're ready, press your arms out to the sides. Exhale. Flip your palms up towards the ceiling, fingertips towards your shoulders. Inhale. When you're ready to exhale, press your palms forward with a little C curve. Inhale, flips your palms up and reaches up. And then relax your arms down by your sides. Okay, so now let's add that little bounce of the legs to the breathing pattern. When you're ready, a little bend, press your arms out to the side, exhale. Bounce up a little bit, flip your palms, inhale, fingertips to shoulders. Okay, lower down a little bit, press forward, C curve. Inhale, flip your palms, light knees, lift up. Exhale, release your arms down by your sides. Okay, now we're gonna add that grounding standing element to that by step together from to Tadasana. Sense where the weight is in your body. Maybe lift your toes so you can feel those four corners of your feet. Okay, then lower your toes down. And then let's begin. Inhale, step wide, find your steady, bend in. Exhale, press out to the sides. Inhale, fingertips to shoulders. Exhale, press forward, C curve. Flip your palms, lift up. Exhale, return back to your steady mountain. Notice how you're standing in your feet. Okay, let's continue that one more round. Inhale, step wide. Find your center. Exhale, press the walls away. Light touch to the shoulders. Empty your breath out, C curve. Find the lift. Return back to mountain. Okay, just notice as you practice returning to center, how the posture starts to reflect that. Interlace your fingers, reach up towards the sky. Feel the length of your side waist, so your left side waist, your right side waist. Feel the steady of your legs. Okay, take a full breath in here, soft belly. Exhale, hug the belly in. Moving slowly, inhale, soften your arms, soften your legs, forward fold. Okay, now while you're folding and you can see your feet, lift up your big toes. So in order for me to lift up my big toes, I literally have to anchor my other toes and lift up your big toes. Okay, just notice that. And then lower your big toes down, press, and then switch. Anchor down your big toes and lift up all of your other toes. And then lower those toes down. Okay, relax here for another breath. Okay, so feel the grounding in through your feet, soft knees, reach your arms around, interlace at the top, stretch your body, side bend over to the left. Back through the center, side bend over to the right, back through the center. Okay, return to that mountain, see if you can sense your ears over your shoulders. Okay, sense the weight of your feet, maybe even rock yourself forward and back so you can feel that bringing yourself back to that center line. Okay, now let's begin again and add on. Interlace your hands, reach up for the ceiling, pause there for a breath. Use your exhale to hug your abdominals in. Inhale, softens the arms, softens the knees, make your way into a forward fold. And then use the exhale to pay attention to your feet. Maybe notice where your arches are, lifting your arches. Inhale, bend knees, dip hips, sweep your arms forward into Utkatasana, chair pose. Okay, and then pause here for a moment and see if you can shift the weight back into your heels. Okay, so feel the feet anchoring down, lifting up out of the earth. And then once again, return to standing mountain, tall posture. Begin again. Interlace your arms, reach the arms up. Urdhva Hastasana. It's very energizing, so we're going to stay here for a full breathing cycle. Inhale, release your arms down, bend your knees, make your way into a forward fold. Go slow. As you exhale, be curious about how you're holding your weight in your feet. Inhale, make your way back into chair pose, Utkatasana. Okay, this time slide your hands behind you, maybe at the back of the pelvis to open through the chest, or interlace the fingers and pull the shoulder heads towards the spine. Okay, so find a comfortable shoulder retraction. Feel the steady and the solid of your legs as you're opening the heart at the top. Take a breath. Release into steady mountain. Okay, let's move that energy. Inhale, step wide, find your center. Exhale, press the walls. Feel your abdominals engage. Fingertips to shoulder, little bounce in the knees. Exhale, press it forward. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, return to steady mountain. Be curious where the weight is in your feet. And so you're lifting from your feet, your arches, and your ankles. Okay, one more round. Inhale, step wide and center. Exhale, press. Inhale to the shoulders. Exhale, press forward. Inhale, there's the little lift. Exhale, step together, mountain. Okay, give yourself a moment to feel the energy of your body. All right, sense your body in space. All right, this whole idea is that when we're aligned, we're healthy. Right, that includes our digestion. When our digestion is healthy, it affects the whole. Okay, so we're going to move through balance. Put a little bend in the knees. Begin lifting the right heel up. Okay, it's going to start in just a little bit of balance. So hover that right ball of foot barely over the mat. You can keep the big toe mound down, but have the sense that your core muscles are balancing, your leg muscles are engaging, just to hold yourself steady, right? So the earth is steady. Okay, move slowly. So step that foot behind you and open up into Warrior Two. All right, now let's come back to the feet. Sense the outer edge of the front foot. Sense your toes on the earth. Press that front leg into the earth. And then drop into the back corner. Press out to the outer edge of the foot. Lift the arch. All right, press into the heel. And then notice what that does to your leg muscles. Nice and easy. Sweep the arms to the outer wall. So reaching the fingertips to the outer walls. And just stay here for a couple of breaths. All right, sense the steady of your legs. Okay, now we're going to take that firm foundation of the feet and then move the body and keeping the feet anchored. So let the hands come to the pelvis. Lengthen out through your right leg. I call this triangle slide. So nice and easy. Inhale, bend back into that knee. Exhale, lengthen out through that knee. Dip the right shoulder down just a little bit. Inhale, we'll return you back to the top. Exhale, lower down, get close to the earth. Rise up out of the earth, lengthen the leg. Dip the shoulder corner down towards your foot, triangle. Inhale, back to the top. Okay, so find your rhythm. Bend in. Lengthen out. Dip the shoulder. Return to the top. One more. Okay, so now in this position, the pelvis is open. So now we're going to stabilize the pelvis by turning the body towards this right foot and then stepping forward into chair pose. So give yourself a moment, find your comfortable chair. Sense where your weight is, maybe lift your toes so you can sense the weight moving back towards your heels. And then spread the toes as you lower the toes. Feel your legs. All right, so option to be here or option to interlace or place the hands behind your body for the chair with the chest opener. And just one more breathing pattern here. Fully in, fully out. And then once again, find yourself in Tadasana. Let's move the energy. Inhale, step wide, steady. Exhale, press the walls. Fingertips to shoulders. Little C curve. Reach up. And step together mountain. Okay, sense your posture here for a moment. Just notice what's here. And now let's begin with the left side. But you put a little bend in the knee. Begin peeling up the heel on the left. Okay, as you change the position of your foot, feel if you can find that subtle connection to your core, and then see if the foot will hover for you. Right, it's okay if it doesn't, just put the toe down. Right, so sense the strength of your standing foot, the bottom of your foot, your arch. Notice how that translates all the way up to the knee. So pull your belly button in to support. Okay, let's expand it. Step that foot behind you. Open up into Warrior Two. Drop your attention immediately down to your feet. Anchor into the front leg, outer edge of the foot. Anchor into the back leg. Okay, squeeze lightly on your muscles. All right, sense the solid of the legs. Connection to the earth. We want to be strong but not stuck, so let's move it a little bit. Lengthen out through that bent knee, hands on the pelvis. Here's that triangle slide. And let's begin. Inhale, bend into the knee. Exhale, lengthen the leg out. Inhale, dip that left shoulder down. Exhale, return to the top. Okay, find your rhythm. Bend. Straighten. Dip. Return. And as you come through this last round, see now if you can relax into the sense of releasing down, just lengthening, stretching the leg muscles. Okay, and then once again, let's stabilize the pelvis. Okay, so lunge on the other side. So turn your pelvis towards that left knee. Step forward into chair pose. Okay, now choose your arms. Reaching forward, reaching back. Notice where your weight is in your feet. Breathe. Release out of the chair pose once again. Let's move that energy. Find Tadasana. Step wide, find your center. And press. To the shoulders. And press. To the sky. And release your arms down by your sides. Adjust your toes forward. Bend your knees and begin moving into a comfortable forward fold. Right, so it's a wide-legged fold. All right, once you find a head position that makes sense for your body today, whether your blood pressure is low, maybe you keep it slightly above your heart, or maybe everything's okay with your blood pressure and head drifts towards the floor. Take a look at your feet. See if you can lift your arches by sending the weight towards the outer edges of your feet. And then nice and easy, just sway the body from side to side. Okay, let's bring the body close to the earth. Fingertips come down towards the earth and allow yourself to come all the way down. Send both legs out in Dandasana. Okay, staff pose. Pull your toes back towards your head. Begin lifting your ribs out of the pelvis. Draw the legs together. Squeeze the midline. Feel your ears above your shoulders. Take a breath in. Then a breath out. Feel how active this tall position is. And it should reflect that embodiment of mountain, where your legs are steady, your upper body is tall. And now let's add a little bit of a twist, caring for the digestion. Pull your right knee in towards your chest. Okay, keep that tall posture. And then begin turning your navel towards the inside of your leg. And then sense the bottoms of both feet. All right, so both feet are active. One is pressing into the earth and the other one toes reaching back towards your head. Right? And if the feet aren't used to it, you might get a little bit of a foot cramp, in which case soften everything. Right? We'll have plenty of time to practice making connections to our feet. Okay, release out of the twist. Once again, pull the toes back towards your head. And then let's find the twist on the other side. Left knee comes in. Okay, press the bottoms of the foot. I have a tendency to want to roll to the outer edge of my foot. So see if you can press evenly through that left foot as you twist. All right, so twisting is one of the postures that helps aid in digestion. All right, but be aware that everybody's digestion is different. So if digestion is healthy, moving smoothly, or on the little slow side, you can hug in a little deeper. And if you're the opposite, where you have digestive, like reflux or diarrhea, don't pull so deep into it. Okay, slowly release out. Let's draw the body straight down onto the mat. Just let everything settle here for a moment. And then inhale, arch your back, stretch the abdomen. Exhale, firm your lower back into the mat so it's a little pelvic tilt. Just repeat that 2 more times. Okay, let's pull all those corners in again, knees into your chest. This time we're going to add to this Apanasana a little twisting motion. Right, so pull the right knee towards the right armpit and let the body rock over to the right. And then reverse it. Start to rock over to the left, pull the left knee in, press the right one away. So it's a rocking scissor, right? Just feeling all of the back of the body. Okay, so consider this expansive. And now make it smaller. This idea that when we're stable, we're able to adjust. Right? We can expand and contract in a balanced way. Okay, let the feet find the earth. Heels to the bottom of the mat. Sense the back line of the body. All right, so we're close to the earth again. Notice the back of the head. Your right shoulder and your left shoulder. The space between the shoulders. And then go towards the bottom. Notice the bottom of the right foot and the left foot. And the space between the feet. And give your body permission to let the bones grow heavy towards the earth. And then come into open awareness from the space between your toes and your shoulders. Feel the spaciousness that's arising. Sense your connection to the earth. And relax here for another minute or so. Okay, tune back into your body. If resting here is enjoyable, maybe you stay here. Or maybe you join me in tall posture for closing class with 3 chants of Om. Okay, this beautiful practice of yoga that allows us to nurture and nourish our whole being. Formulate an intention to take with you. Prepare. Om. 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 The bright light in me sees the bright light in you. Namaste.